Share my screen. Okay, tell me when you can see it. See that okay?
No, I can only see a black screen.
We'll give it another second, see if it loads here. Still black?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Share screen one. Okay. As the screen's loading.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, great. Okay. So what we're going to do in this call is we are going to do a huge conversion optimization test on the website. So as, wait, maybe you're not aware, so I'll just kind of show you. One of the things that we've been working on for a year is website traffic, because, you can't bring in clients, you can't bring in conversions unless you actually just have people on the website, because the way these numbers work out, you have to have, at least 100 people to get 1 to 2 to 3 conversions. Okay. And so you'll see we used to just have 3 people a day. So in a whole month, you'd never get a conversion that's organic. Well, now we've got anywhere between 200 and 400 people a day. So a good website conversion rate, a good average is about 3%. And that depends, obviously depends on how intent, when we talk about user intent, when people look up keywords, how intent your audience is. Now we're obviously getting a lot more traction. I mean, we got 3 internship requests in the last couple of days over the weekend, 2 or 3. We have people reaching out. We just had someone reach out and say they have a bulk. They're a marketing firm and they've got a bulk number of they're a web design firm and they've got bulk advertising accounts and grant accounts they want us to manage. Okay, great. So we do have leads coming in, but it's not at the rate we would want. And so now that we have, 8,000 people a month, and you'll notice all-time clicks is 36,000. And this goes back 16 months. In the last 30 days, see if I can show you that. We have 8,000. That's 28 days. So if you take I'm just curious personally here, 36,000 is basically our all-time traffic, and divide that by 8,000. That's like 4.5 months worth of traffic. So basically all of our traffic at that rate, we could have fit into 4.5 months. And this is like 16. So you can see the growth rate here has been very high. And the question now is, okay, we are successfully getting traffic. We should see more leads coming in than we do. So there is a conversion rate issue we need to address. Okay. And if you recall, we briefly talked about this. Where are you? There we go. Okay. So we talked about understanding analytic data. And so I'm going to walk you through my thought process so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. So this is what we want. We want sales. We want clients coming in the door so that we can fulfill our vision, which is to help ministry leaders reach people more effectively. If we don't have clients, we can't do that. When of course, we can do it with interns and train people how to help other ministries reach people more effectively, but directly we need clients. And I do apologize if you hear children chanting in the background. My door is open and my children are doing school. Anyway, so we need results. And what that means is we need clients. Okay, so where is our biggest opportunity for improvement? Well, we have tons of impressions coming in through Google Analytics. Okay, so or Google search, what am I saying? Google Search Console. So if I come in here and I look at, the last 3 months, we've got 700,000 impressions and 22,000 clicks. That's insane. That's a lot of people. So if we just say took 3% of 22,000, 22,000 times 0.03, we should have had 600 to 700 conversions on the website, and we did not have that for sure. Like, we're getting conversions, but not 600, like maybe 20 or 30 or something. So that is not effective. So we have so when we come back to here, we're getting impressions. We're getting a fine click-through rate. We looked at that, right? The click-through rate into the website on average is 3.2%. That's epic. That's super good. We said 2.5% was good. That's like we're average ranking like 9 according to this number, right? Because rank 10 is like a 2.5% click-through rate on average. So we have a disproportionate click-through rate by our rank. This is incredible. So click-through rate is great. Coming back over here, so our click-through rate's high. Our total clicks is 22,000 in the last 3 months, or 8,000 last month. That is more than enough clicks to be, I mean, I use 1,000 clicks as a good example. We got 8,000. We're doing fine. Now, the conversion rate on the website is low. This is like teeny tiny. It's like a fraction of 1% at this point. So once I started seeing, and because we've only been getting this amount of traffic for a couple months, I began asking myself, like, okay, the idea is when we increased the number of people on the website, which is what we were optimizing for here, was impressions and clicks. Excuse me. Get the click-through rate up, get the impressions up, we'll get more people in the website, and then we'll have the rest of the people flowing through. Well, we did that successfully. It took a year to do it, and we're getting a boatload of people, but now the conversion rate is basically nothing. Okay, so what that tells us is that what we're offering primarily to our audience is not resonating. Okay, well, what are we offering? Okay, so I'll show you what we're offering. And what we're offering is our strategy. It's how do we most effectively get people to the vision? Well, we used to have a user, and the lead magnet was an ebook. Okay. And this ebook actually converted pretty good. And we used to not even have a call, but we put a call in to test that. So, but usually it went from an ebook to a strategy session. And that's why it says strat. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Cool. I just want to make sure your video's off. So we used to just do user, ebook, strategy session. And the ebooks really do pretty good. Those get like a 3% download rate. And it's like, that's pretty good. But there isn't a ton of movement from the ebook. What do you want to say? The conversion rate from the ebook to the strategy session isn't super high. We just have a lot of people reading our ebook, which is fine. But it would be better if we actually got some clients out of it. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to shift that, try something else. So what we then did is we changed it from an ebook. We scratched the ebook, and I'll show you on the website. Okay, so I went in one day and I was like, you know what? Maybe if we're primarily an advertising agency, maybe what we should be offering is that initial free thing is a free church near me Google Ads campaign, because that's our primary service. If we want to serve and we want to help people reach their, what am I saying? If we want people to reach ministry leaders to reach more people more effectively, maybe we just need to give them a free advertising campaign. It'll bring in less leads, but it'll bring in higher quality leads because they're getting a free ads account. But then we're linked into their ads account, and the likelihood that they're going to pay us is higher. Okay, so we've had 3 in a month. So it's like way lower. And the reason is because you got to give a bunch of information. I mean, you got to get access to the ads accounts. You've got to give a whole bunch of information for your ministry, and it's all absolutely essential. So it is a higher commitment. They're higher potential leads, but they're definitely higher commitment for those people to take. So we're only seeing 3 out of like 8,000 people on the website, which is a terrible conversion rate. So it's time to maybe, okay, so free ads account, free ads setup, we'll say. This is test one, and we get a good conversion rate here, but low clients. Test two, we get a very low conversion rate, and we still haven't gotten any clients out of it. We have had some very good strategy calls. So of the three, they have all led, no, two of them, so 66% so far have led to strategy sessions, which is great. Okay. So still though, three is not enough. That is not a high enough conversion rate. So what it's beginning to look like is they're interested in marketing, kind of, sort of, it's good. Some of them, but very few, are very highly motivated to do advertising. So there's got to be something better. And this is what we're going to do today. And I was thinking about possibilities, and I have one we're going to try. Now, the call. My mentor recommended I put the phone number on the website to bring in more leads more quickly. In the last 2 months that this has been on here testing, I've gotten 3 phone calls, and they're all super weird. Some guy called me and asked me to give him $10,000 and to basically transfer it into a bank account or something. And I'm like, that is not what this grant is about. He didn't even work for a church. I was like, do you work with a ministry or a nonprofit? And he's like, no, what? Just give me some money. And I was like, I gotta go. So I got a couple of really weird phone calls that had nothing to do with anything from the website. So that is also not proving to be effective, interestingly. So this is a good example of failure, by the way, right? The goal is to fail in as many ways as we can, as quickly as we can. And the great news about having 8,000 people a month is I get to fail 250 times a day. And we're trying to figure out what doesn't fail. And that is just using the law of attrition, which is just doing everything you can do until something works. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. So now that we have the traffic, we're just taking massive action, failing as quick as we can in an attempt to solve problems and meet needs and get feedback. And the numbers are our feedback, and the numbers tell us if it's working or not. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now we know the call isn't working, so we're going to scratch the call. We're going to do that while we're on the thing today. Okay. So we're going to try this here, something new. And then what are we going to do? Probably still have the strategy session. That's kind of a basic one. But I think what we're going to do today, and this is, okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to offer a 1-hour live church ministry growth training. We'll test it as a ministry growth this time and as a church growth next time. Now, maybe actually we'll decide that now, because I actually haven't really thought about that. Okay. And here's why I say that. I was thinking to myself, okay, we've got thousands and thousands of people on the website now. We have this huge audience and nothing's happening. What is the point of having all these people if we don't have a conversion rate? And I was like, okay, well, what do they want? What's the need? I was trying to come back to the drawing board and say, what's the need? So I came into pages and I said, what do these all have in common? Just top 10 pages. Sermon topics. Okay, these are 9,000 pastors in the last 3 months have looked up sermon topics. Men's ministry ideas, women's ministry event ideas. Okay, why do you put on an event? Bible verses about success. Church growth scriptures. Church growth. Women's retreat ideas. Why do we do retreats? How to grow a church. Church events. Why do we put on events? Church strategic plan. Why do we strategize with our ministry? And how to share the gospel. Why do we share the gospel? All of these, with the exception of Bible verses about success, all of these are basically saying, how do I grow my church? Sermon topics, sermons are intended to bring people into the church and to equip them and prepare them. Men's ministry ideas. That is a ministry. We want to grow that. We need ideas because it's stagnant. Church growth scriptures is obvious. We want to grow our church. Women's retreat ideas. We go out. We want to bond. We want people to come on those retreats. We're looking up ideas because we want something that will really grab people. How to grow a church is straightforward. Church events. Why do we put on events? Because people don't just come to church. So we got to put on some crazy event and wow them, so they come, which doesn't actually work, but they try anyway. Church strategic plan. We got to make a strategic plan, which is also an oxymoron. Strategy involves theory. It's something you cannot control. Planning, I'm totally nerding out right now, but planning is like you plan for the things you already have. I plan where to put my money. I plan what to do with the things on my desk. I'm going to move them around. Strategy is coming up with a theory about how the future will be and how you will interact with it. They're totally different things. Nonetheless, it's a fancy term. And they're trying to make a plan strategically about how to grow their ministry. That's why you make a plan. And then how to share the gospel. Well, we obviously just want to share the gospel, but we also want to share the gospel and get people into our ministry. So these are all loosely or very tightly related to church growth. So to that end, and I think here, church, women's retreat is in a church growth, Bible verses about success isn't really relevant. Women's ministry is in a church, men's ministry is in a church, sermon topics in a church. So this is church growth, not ministry growth. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to offer over the next 30 days a church growth, a live training for church growth. I'll get in for an hour. I'll talk about something about church growth. We'll probably go through the results formula. Or we'll talk about Jesus and how Jesus grew his ministry and how he influenced people in the 5 things Jesus did. We'll do something like that. But we'll put this all over the website. We'll put it in all the main blogs, and we will run this for a month. And I would expect that this will be pretty successful. And again, I'm hopeful, but I've been hopeful on all of them. So we'll see. So any thoughts on that so far?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, like how would you kind of come up with the idea of having like a 1 hour session?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah.
Well, a couple reasons. Number one, what do you sell them? Let's rephrase. It's got to meet a number of criteria. It has to meet, sweetheart, you can close my door. Yeah, you can close it. You're fine. So it has to meet a couple of criteria. My kids are getting crazy out there. Firstly, it has to meet the low. Oh, do we have this in here? Where is our relationship? We did marketing as a relationship, right? We talked about that. Okay. So when we talk about the relationship, these people are only in the very initial stages, connect. And so become a marketer, like sign up for services, schedule a strategy session. These are down here, like next to the, this is like sales process stuff here. So we need something that's first date. It's like, hey, I'd love to get to know you more. And that's free. That's a lead magnet. So we're looking for a low commitment, low trust touch point where they can see if this is something that's actually going to help them. That's an ebook. That's a free advertising account, but that's high commitment because they got to give you a bunch of information. They've got to do a lot of stuff, even though it's free. So that doesn't really work. Okay, so it's got to be basically free. And I can't grow their church myself because that's services. So I have to have them get information. And I love teaching. So why not just try to teach them it? See if that happens. So that's essentially where it came from. As I was thinking about the subject to teach, I remembered that church growth is one of the largest keywords in the industry that we work in. So this is the magic tool. And you'll notice this has, when it loads here, 1,000 searches a month, which is not very much. However, it's a lot for our industry. I mean, if you look at church marketing, which is the largest, basically the largest. This is 1900. So church growth is a really big keyword in our industry. So pastors want to grow. They want a church growth. We'll just teach them how to grow their church. And then what happens is we'll make so for example, where'd this go? We'll make something like this. This isn't exactly it, but for example, one of our former interns asked me to put together a list of books. So I've been putting together a list of books, but it's a 5-video series. So it's first one's how to think, mental models, how to understand the world accurately, and to try to pursue that as best we can. Then there's the second video, strategic thinking. So how do we sit now and try to understand how the future is going to be depending on the actions that we take, right? And that is basically projecting into the future, not only the consequences of, let's say, buying this TV. Do we talk about second, third, and fourth order consequences?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
We'll do that at some point. But basically, when you're playing chess, it's like most people just play and they look at the next move. But what happens if I make this move? And what happens on the next move and the next move? What are they going to do in response to my move? That's looking at the second order consequence. The first order consequences are just what happened right now. I buy a TV, I'm out $1,000. No big deal. But what happens down the road? Well, I will be tempted to watch 4 hours of TV every single day, like the average American does. And I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to waste all this time that I could have been doing to educate myself. Like you're sitting here doing an internship. I'm not going to be communicating with my wife because I'm going to be vegging out, whatever, all the things that happen at the end of the year. I'm just way less happy with my life. That's like the fourth, fifth, sixth order consequence. All the things that we do when we watch TV, I'm eating donuts, And so do I really want to buy a TV? No, I don't really want to buy a new TV. Do I even want the TV in my house? Maybe I'm already watching too much TV. Well, if I get rid of the TV, I just freed up 2 hours a day. I made $100 on Facebook Marketplace. And that 2 hours a day I'm spending with my kids, teaching them apologetics. So later in life, they're going to keep their faith, something like that. So you can push out. That's what strategy does. So anyway, video 2 here is strategic thinking. And then after that, strategy has to do with human nature. How do people react to things? And natural law. How does the world, we've talked a lot about natural law. How does the world work so that when I act on it, what's it going to do? What results am I going to get out of that? And lastly, communication. If I know human nature, how do I communicate with people in a way that they do what I want them to do and influence them? And we've talked a little about that. So those are basically the 5 main subjects of doing good marketing. If you know those, you know how to do marketing, basically. I don't have to teach you marketing. So with that, it's like, hey, guys, you get free access to this first video. We're going to go over this really amazing biblical approach to marketing. And then you go through this whole thing and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen it that way. I didn't realize Jesus was such a powerful influencer. And that's like marketing. It's like, yes. And if you want to join in for the next trainings we're going to be doing, listen, it's going to be just like this. It's going to be dense information. It is going to be heavy stuff. We're going to get straight to the point and you're going to know how to grow your church. And if you want to join, it's $50 a person and we're going to meet once a week. It's going to be like a church growth study, and we're going to study growth and how it works. And so we're going to see, and then we can sell on the back end. And from that, you can sell marketing services. If they're coming every week and they're like, oh my gosh, you get $10,000 a month from a Google grant. Yeah, we manage Google grants. If you want us to do that, we can talk more later. And so that is the new strategy I'm going to try, and we'll see how it goes, and maybe we bring in some extra revenue doing trainings. And it's interesting too. Another reason, Sophie, why I thought this might be the case is because we get interns, like yourself. It's amazing. If we got as many clients as we got interns, it'd be crazy. And I've been thinking, like, what is it about the internship that is so appealing? Something about the training, something about, I don't know, but the intern, you guys, you show up, you do the work, you're working for free. If I told a ministry leader that I have like 7 interns who give 500 hours of their life to come and work for me for free, they would pass out. They would fall over. They wouldn't believe me. And I actually have talked to them and they don't believe me, but they also don't understand how to incentivize things properly. And like for you, I want you to do what I do and go help churches reach more people. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you get there. They don't know how to incentivize things properly. So people don't want to work with them because they're just like, well, we need someone to take out the trash for the next 6 months. Go do this garbage, and then people burn out. But something about the internship program is so fascinating because I don't know, I sit here and I talk or something and it's valuable. Well, maybe the same type of thing. Maybe that is the result that I'm looking for. That is working. In a quote, I don't remember who said this. They said that wealthy people don't do a bunch of different things. They just find one thing that works and they do it over and over. And so our internship program is getting amazing results, and we don't need a million interns. We got like 7 of you guys. And that's all that I have time for. And that's great. But how do we just duplicate that for clients? Well, maybe they don't care about marketing services. And I already know that. I go and talk to pastors about marketing and their eyes glaze over and they fall asleep with their eyes open, and you're like, what do you think about that? And they go, huh? Sorry, you're here? Because that's not what they went into ministry for. They went into ministry to love people. And now they got to deal with all this digital garbage. So maybe what they want is just to learn growth strategies. And so that's kind of where all of that came from. And that's what we're going to go into the website and do. We're going to go switch it all around and just see what happens. Right. So we're, and I was thinking about this and I was like, well, what happens if we go onto the website? How much do we change? Like, we're supposed to be front facing marketing firm. We've got schedule a free strategy session. It says digital marketing for churches and, and Christian ministries. How much do we change? Do I just not do marketing? Like, what does that look like? This is a big shift. Maybe we just leave the title. Excuse me, we leave the title and we change all the buttons, except for maybe this top ones right here. And we just go ham on all of these and just switch them all out and say, join the free church growth, whatever live call, seats are limited, first come, first serve, whatever. And we just go overhaul this whole thing. What would happen? We could fail miserably. We might not get any leads for a month. Who cares? What are we going to miss out on? 1 or 2 clients? And what's the possible downside? We miss out on 1 or 2 clients. What's the possible upside? Well, if we hit a 3% conversion rate on 8,000 people, that's 80 people. If I got 80 people into a call and taught them about church growth, I already know our content's awesome. I'm reading a book by a pastor of like 21 mega churches. It's like reading myself. Like, I know the content I have is great. It's solid. I read other people. It's a spot on. To that end, if I got 80 pastors in a call and talked to them about church growth, we would have signups on anything I asked. So what is the possible upside? We gain 20 clients in one month. That's possible. Who knows? We start a new program where we're teaching church leaders about church growth. We can pull them into other services, right? More holistic, which would be even better for the vision, teaching ministry leaders how to reach people more effectively, right? Anyway, so that's where that kind of started. And so then the goal is, well, we're going to test it. Maybe we fail big and it's a huge flop and it's a waste of time. And maybe it's not. And we're going to find out. Any questions about that?
No, that's good. Thanks for sharing.
Sorry, I got to check something real quick. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to step out for just a second. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. 840, 940. Okay. That was all digital. Okay. Sorry, I'm keeping track of too many things. I may have to step out for like 5 minutes. Maybe we'll take another quick break, but either way, we'll keep going for now. Okay. So when we come to the website, we're just going to go ahead and get into this. So we're going to edit the homepage and we're going to start going based on the data. The phone calls, garbage, doesn't work. Would that work for another business? Yeah, probably. Works for Christian schools really well, but not working for us. So we're just going to scratch it. We're going to delete it. Gone. All right. Sorry.
How long do you test something like that out for? Is it like a few months or
About
shorter?
30 days, but it depends on the amount of traffic, right? You need at least 100 people to look at it, because that's when you can start figuring out conversion rates. One person clicked out of 100 views. So it's, yeah, that's me. So you got 100 views and 0 signed up or 1 signed up. So it's a 1% conversion rate. So you have to actually measure, you have to be able to measure the rates. So you need at least 100. Now we've had like 8,000 people on the website and I got 3 phone calls and they're all weird. So that's a terrible conversion rate and it's the low quality leads coming in. So I don't want those people. Great. Sorry. Security deposit shortly. Sorry, we run a fleet of vehicles over here, a small fleet, and I have guests checking out, and I'm just telling them I'm gonna check over the vehicle that they return shortly. Okay. Awesome. Okay, done deal. So we remove that because it didn't work. It's at least 8,000 people is all that. If 8,000 people see a phone number and they don't call it, it's because they don't know what's going on or they're not interested. This is what I tell churches too. So I apply this to myself equally as harshly. If you don't have people taking action in your church, it's because number one, they're confused, which I have a hard time believing they're confused about what we do. Digital marketing for churches and Christian ministries. Call now. They're not calling. Okay, so they're either confused about what you do or they don't care what you do. So we've got 8,000 people on the website who don't care and 3 people who call, that are smoking crack or something. I don't know what was their deal. They were weird. Anyway, so that doesn't work. Okay, so what we're offering isn't really appealing, at least on the most basic level. So obviously churches want marketing. There's a whole industry for church marketing, but the question is, how do we get them from where they're at into it, right? That's the vision, is getting them into it. And so the phone calls isn't working. Call the day about asking about marketing services. They're just not going to do that. So we know that. Now, the next thing that we need to do is okay, so I'm going to update the page. So we're getting rid of this phone number, and we only tested the phone number, I believe, on the home page. So that's gone. We're going to update that. Okay. So now if we come over here, phone number is gone. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come in here. I just sent that to somebody. There we go. Okay. Now this is what we're working on. Join the church growth e-training free access. I don't like e-training because it's not clear. Join the 1-hour church growth training. Join our 1-hour church growth training, free access. 1-hour training, August 31st, which is in a month, 10 a.m., limited availability, first come, first serve. Plus get 2 free church marketing ebooks, 1-hour Zoom training, Join the training. Okay, so this gives us all the information, I think. Any thoughts on this, by the way? You are a marketer now. I'll listen to your opinion.
No, I think that's good. I like the wording that you've used as well, like first come, first serve, that kind of
Yeah.
unlimited availability. It just kind of makes you feel like if you don't join, that you would miss out and you don't know when the next one would be. So I think that's really good.
Seats are limited. There we go. Great. Yes, and urgency is something we're going for here. Hey, this is in high demand. We're doing this. This is going to be great. We got a countdown timer over here. It's coming. And it's got an exact date and time. Join the training. Now, here's usually what you would do is like get my free ebook, get my free strategy session, get my lip gloss, like whatever it is people are buying. Join the training is in I want to join the training. It's always in first person because it should be in agreement with the thought of the user of the page, not me. Like, don't, sign up. Well, that's not very specific. Maybe it should say get free training, but then that's not the training, right? It's a little different. Join the free training. Join the training. Access the training. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just going through as many possibilities I can think of. Join the training. I don't want to say get free training because that doesn't tell them that it's a one-time event because they got to be here. The hardest part of this is, most likely we're going to get signups, but then we're going to have to get them to actually show up. So we're going to have to do a number of email blasts to follow up with them. So join the training, I think is pretty good. We have a time counter. Tell me what you think about this. Should we have the labels or not have the labels? I think that looks really cluttery. I think I personally like that better. Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I think that looks better.
Better.
Looks more sleek.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit more minimalistic. Okay. So what I'm going to do after our call is I am going to film a short video, 60 to 90 seconds. I am going to decide what to talk about. Probably I'm going to go hard on Jesus on the intro because pastors and Christian leaders are super into the Bible and they're very skeptical of logical stuff like marketing. I mean, there's a whole search term. Is marketing biblical? So I think that's where the trainings have to start. And it's basically going to be like 5 steps Jesus used to grow his following, and how you can too, something like that. I think that would hit pretty good with a pastoral audience as opposed to like mental models for church growth. They don't know what that is and they don't care. It sounds logical and logic is evil. So I say that kind of facetiously. They really don't like it. But anyway, so to that end, we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the free church ad campaign, delete. And I'm going to go ahead. Oh, next thing we need to do is we need to change what this button does. This button we want it to be as simple as possible. I would actually like it if the button brought up a light box, and a light box size before I don't even actually see the option. This, oh, it's not even on here. Hold on. This editing, we're not editing. Here we go. Apply now. No. There, what's this? I don't think that's a light box either. I forget how I got that. Whatever. I'll have to find it. Let me go up here. So in the web design tool, I'm clicking these 9. And I'm going to look up light Okay, light box is not an option. Okay, that tells me it's probably in the button design here. Open a new window, add custom attributes. Okay, we're going to get rid of the link for sure. Size icon, icon position, icon button ID, don't care. Default, info success warning, danger. Ooh. Open a new window, add no follow, no custom attributes. Okay, so that's not really doing it. I don't care about the border type. I don't care about the typography button. Responsive. Let's see what that does. Hide on desktop. No. Mask border background transform motion effects. Scrolling mouse. Layout. No. Wait. CSS classes. No. Attributes. No. No. Mask. No. Border. Okay. We're gonna look it up. Elementor Lightbox button. I'm just writing words in here now. Okay. Elementor Lightbox button. Set the settings. Trigger to button click. WordPress plugin. How to trigger Lightbox in Elementor for any type of link. How to add a video Lightbox. How to add a dynamic Lightbox. Ugh, boo. What is a dynamic Lightbox? This is the answer I want. Let's go here. Let's just see. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that looks super complicated. Lightbox and modal essential add-ons for Elementor. Let's see. Nah, that's not it. Lightbox modal. Oh my gosh, I have it on the home page. I know how to do it. Let me see. Okay, home. We are editing the home page. This opens a Lightbox. So we're going to go to edit button, link pop-up. Oh, okay. So I have to make the Lightbox. Got it. Okay. Got it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to come over here. Okay. So first thing we did, oh, where is it? There we go. Okay. We have the footer. Okay. So we are going to publish this footer and we are going to go ahead. Okay. Now here, a lot of people would be like, oh no, you could never publish something before it's entirely finished in all its perfection. I don't care. We're going to move really, really fast. Include on the entire site. Save and close. Done deal. Okay. So now what I also want to do, since this is now live on the whole site, free ads account footer is the past one. We're going to go back. See if I can't edit that one. I doubt it's going to let me do that. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to come to theme builder. And I'm going to come over here. Footer templates. Oh, here we go. Footers. Footer with ebook, landing page, footer, free ads account footer. Excellent. Okay. This is the one I want to edit now because this is the one that's currently live on the bottom of the website. And I want to make sure I have all the right things in the new one as opposed to the old one. Make sure the old one's off. So here we go. Claim your free church Google Ads campaign. We're going to come down here, display conditions. Include on the entire site, X. Include on all singular pages. Okay, so we're getting rid of that. Okay, so now when we go to the website, so we don't have those two competing, we should see a new one that is half-baked at the bottom. And you'll notice the phone numbers are gone. Yep, there we go. Join our 1 hour church training. We'll just double check it on a different page. Let's go to blog. We'll go to the blog page. Oh, wow. That looks miserable. I just updated this as well, and you'll notice this does not look good. Gotta fix that. And I do know how to fix that. There we go. Okay, so it is on all the pages. Great. Now, the next thing that we need to do, since it's updated, we're going to come back into the website. We're We're going to exit. Okay. Then we're going to go into pop-ups. Okay. We're going to make a pop-up to link into that because we might have people clicking on that in the next 5 minutes. We got people clicking on it now. Okay. Now let's just view this. What is this? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to find something that works. This is weird. I don't know what that is. Church pop-ups here. Hold on. All. Oh. What? Pop-ups. Course purchase pop-up template. Let's view that and see what that does. Okay, so I don't actually see the pop-ups, which is weird. Let's go ahead and edit with Elementor and it'll show it to us. You go to view it, but the pop-up hasn't popped up, so you can't actually see it. There we go. So this is the template. I don't really like that template because I'm gonna have to do a lot more editing on this than I'd like. So let's go and let's just try edit this with Elementor. Any questions on any of this so far?
No, I think it's really helpful because I've never like been in like the WordPress side of things to edit or do anything with a website. So
Great.
it's really helpful, even though you're going so fast, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
good just to see where things are and how things work.
Yeah. And again, you don't have to be an expert in any of this stuff overnight. Okay. Qualify for your free ministry SEO. So you can see I've tested a few of these. This is actually live on the SEO page. We're going to go ahead and we're going to duplicate. Oh, edit. How do I duplicate you? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. This is a little weird and roundabout, and you probably won't remember this, which is fine. It took me a while to figure this out. So if I want to use this, I'm going to come here. I'm going to save and save as a template. And I am going to say pop up template, TEMPL, template with form. So I know in the future, pop up, that this is a pop-up template with a form in it, not the calendar in it. So this makes less work for me. Okay, so I'm going to go to add new, pop-up, enter the name. What are we doing? We're doing church growth. Oh. We'll just say training to your AI and training sign up. 1 hour church growth. Okay. So we're going to create template. And then it's going to pull up and we're going to go to my pages and we're going to go to pop-ups. Oh, no. My templates. What did we call that? 1 hour? 1 HR. Fix. No, I know it's there. Let's look for pop-up. Here we go. Pop-up template with form. That's what it was called. Okay, so we're going to insert that. There we go. And we're loading. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the messaging that we put in on the bottom of the page, just to make sure. Oh. New page. Claim here. All these are old pages. Let's see. There we go. 1 hour church growth training. What do we do? What's the verb here? Sign up, access, join. Join the 1 hour. Okay, I think it's this one. Free Okay. Join the 1 hour church growth training today. Join. So you don't really join the training when you sign up. You join, you access. You don't access it when you sign up. You sign up for it. What do you think, Sophie?
I personally quite like join. I don't like sign up.
Okay.
I feel like for me, if I was signing up for something, I just feel like it's not as welcoming, like join. I don't know. I just feel like that's a wee bit more inviting than sign up.
Okay. We'll go with that. I like it. That was my initial, was join. Okay, now we are going to have a form, and we're going to have a new form here. Now, new form. This is going, I don't know if I'm editing an old form, but I presume this is a new one. Okay, so this form, we're just going to title. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to copy this. Oh, okay, maybe not. Okay. What is this called? This is called church growth training. Sign up. Okay. Do I need name? Yes. Do I need email? Absolutely. Do I need the website of their organization? Nope. That'd be like going on a first date and being like, hey, what's your home address? What? Website, not necessary. Name, email. Great. Super easy. That's going to increase conversion rate. Okay. See if we can get rid of the label. Name and email. That's even shorter. I don't know if I like that though. Don't do that. I think we can keep it pretty small. Buttons. Okay. The button does not say, see if I qualify. And I also don't like the button. So let's come over here. Oh, we've got this again. Go away. Leave that page. Let's go over here. I want to copy. Oh, I can't do that. I got to edit the page. Edit with Elementor. Yes. Edit the page. And then we're going to copy the style of a button. This is a cool thing you can do in Elementor. I think it should work with a pop-up. Just come in here. Delete this while we're here. Come in here, and we're going to copy the button. And then we're going to come over here and paste the style. It may not work because it's in a form. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay. Anyway. Okay, size is large. Okay, see if I qualify. And what did we say on the home page? What did we get down here? Join the training. Excellent. So we're going to keep our messaging consistent. Okay, join the training and get reminders. Too long. Don't like that. They're going to get reminders whether or not they like it. Okay. There we go. Join the 1 hour church growth training. Okay, so that's something. Form's looking a little weird. Column width 60%. Let's go to 50. Oh, okay, that got weird. The button is at column width 60%. The column width is 100%. That's when it's in the, nope, now it's too far off. That's super weird. Okay, that's pretty centered. All right, let's get rid of button width. Okay, actions after form submission. This is the important part. So they click join the training. So they're in. And I wonder if, so basically it's like, should we ask them for a URL, church name, church website, and see if these are more quality leads? I don't know. Let's just pack out the first one and ask for less and then ask for more later. Okay. So what are we going to have it do? We're going to have it collect the submission, email it, and redirect them to another page. So collect the submission, email Brett at Clickmill. This is not a Google Ads form fill. This is a 1 hour training sign up. And this is going to go to me and Destiny at, I don't know if I can do this, clickmill.co. Can I do both? Separate emails with comma. Great. Okay. So that's going to go to me and Destiny. It's going to give us both fields, the name and the email. And then we will know, and this can all be updated later, right? Because we're just taking massive action. This is also based off of a book. The way we're doing this is based off a book called, I believe, The Lean Startup. And in the Lean Startup, basically it says, don't set up everything. Don't make it perfect. Just bare bones. Just throw a test out there and see if it works. Okay. So I don't really know if we should be asking for a website. Maybe we'll get 500 signups with this in a month. And I should have a website on here to increase the quality of the lead, because it'll weed some people out who are like, oh, I don't have a website, I'm not going to join. I don't really care, because we'll find out in a month and we'll just change it. In addition to that, I don't have an email system set up for this. I don't even have an email system. I've never needed to follow up with everybody downloading ebooks because they're not really high intent enough, and I just didn't really care. So what if this thing blows up and I don't have an email system? I don't know. We'll get one. We'll figure it out. But what's probably going to happen, because 99% of ideas are bad ideas, this is probably going to flop. And then we'll just be looking for the next idea. So the goal is, again, massive action, test it, see if it fails. It'll probably fail. And if it doesn't fail, then we'll perfect it later. But I can do 5 tests in the time a church could do maybe 1, because they perfect the branding. They hook up all the email softwares. They get all the pages looking exactly right. They test it 30 times, and by the time all that's done, they've got all this financial resources in it that can't fail. And then, of course, it does fail, and then they never turn it off, because then they would be failures, right? You can see the different mindset there. But that's how a lot of people run businesses. It's also how a lot of ministries run their churches, the majority, I would say. We don't care. We're going minimum viable product, bare bones. Just we're putting a skeleton together. It doesn't got to look pretty, and we're going to make it go. 1 hour training, sign up, SIGN, sign up. Great. 1 hour training, sign up. Okay. I'm just going to say church growth. Right. Okay. From email at Clickmill. Okay, cool. Meta title. Okay, so it's going to give me date, time, page URL, user agent. What else can I throw in here? Remote IP address, user. Okay, so it's just all of them. So it's going to give me a bunch of information. Send as HTML. That's fine. That's just normal. Okay. Redirect to, you are qualified. That's from the other one. We're not going to redirect it there. We're going to redirect it as probably a thank you page, but we're going to have to design a thank you page. So we're going to have to come back in and actually put the thank you page in here. For now, it's going to, you are qualified. Steps, number, and text. So basically what this means is, until we fix this redirect, because by the way, I'm sorry, a redirect is when they hit join the training and then it redirects them over to something else, some other page. And then you can track those conversions. And that's where we set up conversion tracking on the thank you page. So on the prior one that we're building off the template was an SEO sign up. Hey, you qualify for your free SEO audit. And they would sign up, and it's redirect them when they said sign up, and it said, you're qualified. Thanks for booking. And, everybody's qualified. And that's the case until you have so much growth, you can't even handle it. Then you actually do start restricting it. My mentor, for example, will only allow people with like $6,000 minimum advertising budgets to come through his website. And that restricts out 95%, so anyway, the redirect is broken right now. It's going to the wrong page. It's going to send them to an SEO qualification thank you page, and that's going to really confuse them. But you know what? Whatever. A couple people are going to be confused, and we're going to get it up and running. Just another example of we're going bare bones and we're going fast, but we're going to fix it last. We're going to get this running first. Steps settings, number and tech. I don't know what that means. Whatever. Okay, that's good. Now, last thing is it looks like trash. This is super boring, and this is not convincing in any way. So let's see here. How can I make this a little bit prettier? I think what I can do probably is I can copy column and paste it here. Paste the column. Go. I broke it. It died. Paste. Or can I get another column? Ah, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this, delete, and we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to do, what did we put on the home page? So again, we're looking for our messaging. Okay, so it could be a video. It could be the same video, and that's fine. Oh, this is old. No wonder I'm confused. Here, gotta update this. I keep going to old page. There we go. Join 1 hour. Okay, so I'm probably gonna put a video there. I could film a second video and just say, hey, go on, sign up right now. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. So I think that's probably what we'll do. Edit, join the 1 hour training. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Delete that. Okay, now we've got this extra column. And you know what I do love? I actually really love. We're going to go to the footer. What did we change? Did we change something in here? Yeah, I took that code off. Okay, so we're going to update this. And I'm going to edit the footer. Make sure we publish those changes. So we're going to go to footer. I'm going to copy this because I don't want, again, I'm trying to optimize my time here. I don't want to do anything I don't have to do. And then we're going to come over here. And I'm going to paste that in here because I definitely want to keep that. Now, problem is I can't see it. That's a problem. 20. Okay. So what I'm probably also going to do is I'm going to copy the background of the section and bring that. See if I can bring that over here too. That'd be cool. Come over here. Paste style. Boom. Heck yes. Already looks better. What do you think? You like that better?
Yeah, I think that looks good.
Okay. Join the church growth. Okay, probably white lettering now is what's going to work best. So let's come into style, typography. Oh, text color. Boom. Just go full on white. And we're also going to put a text shadow back here. Blur. It's not very much. We're going to push that to 3. Push that to 3. Oh, and the reason why we don't have any of that is because we don't actually have. Hey, don't do that. There we go. Okay, now you'll see that's kind of popping off the page just a little bit, which is great. That separates it from the background. I tried to do it with this, and unfortunately, it doesn't give me that option. Anyway, background color, doesn't matter. All right, now we're going to come back up to the 9 little dots, and we're going to go to video. I'm going to drop that up here, and that's where that video is going to appear. You can see there's a placeholder video, okay? And what I can then do, hopefully, is pull the bottom of this up. And you'll notice we got a little bit out to the side. So this whole section here, and we need to just squeeze this just a little bit. And this is going to get a little weird. Let's see. Padding on the top and the bottom. Less padding. We want smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. Great. See, now it fits a little more. Oh, so what if we just go 0? And padding on the top. 0. Oh, see, that looks legit. All right, that looks better. It's a little tighter in here. Okay, so we got that top. Let's see on the right and the left. Let's see if I can bring this in just a little bit. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going negative here, bottom Okay, so it's auto that. Okay, so that's just what it is. I don't like this scroll bar. I wish I could get rid of that. Let me see if I can just shrink up one of these columns just a little bit. Top, bottom. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, so that would actually even this out just a little bit if I did that. Let me see. Click over here. Now, that's when you don't panic. That's rule one, is don't panic. Okay, I do think that the top of this needs a little bit of padding. That looked a little weird, a little margin, I mean. Let's go back to 15 and see how that looks. Give it a little extra buffer. I think that's a little bit better. Okay. So, oh, I know what we'll do it. Here we go. Okay, so the whole thing here has a layout. Hold on, where's the structure? That's that boxed. It has a border. Nope. Shape divider. Nope. Typography. Nope. Border overlay. I don't know how to do that. You see the corners in the back are rounded, and then we've got this other thing sitting in the front, which is not rounded. It's kind of weird. Border typography score. Background. I don't need an overlay. Border radius. There we go. Okay, so let's actually increase this. Not working. Border none. All right, that doesn't look like it's working. It doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, okay, so we've got that. Join the 1 hour church growth training. Name, email, and then down here, we're going to put a little tiny text box. Actually, you know what? We're just going to come back over here. Again, why redo the same thing? I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to bring it over here, edit, and I'm going to paste it right there. Boom. Okay. It's a little thick, a little thick. Oh, that's really bad. That does not look good. What if I took that out and put this over here? It still looks weird. All right, here's the solution. We're going to come over to the text box here, go to advanced. We're going to go to margin on the left. That's interesting. Top, and we're just going to drop that down. And now it makes perfect sense. There we go. Excellent. What do we think?
I think that looks really good. You
Okay.
did it in such a short space of time.
Excellent. Yeah, and we did that, 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to update what we titled all this. Okay, name. Let's go back in here. Let's make sure we finish the form. Name and email. Great. And then they can push the little play button and I'll be there. I don't know, saying something inspirational. And also, what do you say that's inspirational? A little training for you. Most organizations, it's always backwards. Whatever you think, and this is again a mental model about how the world works. Most people that start these nonprofits have this huge vision. They're going to help the children of Africa. And if you just gave $1 a day, I've literally heard this. We used to work with someone who's royalty in a number of tribes in Africa. And her big pitch was, hey, if you just give me $1 a day, I could go over there and I could make sure there's no hunger in Africa. And the problem is nobody cares because they don't care about you. They might care about the kids in Africa, but you're not talking about the kids in Africa. You're talking about me. And so if they were going to film a video, they'd say, here at Clickmill, we are teaching pastors everything pastors need to know about marketing their churches because we're the experts. And let me tell you about our expertise and about us and all this stuff. And I would just talk about myself. And that's the problem. Nobody cares about me. And good marketers know that. What they care about is themselves. And pastors would push against that all day long. And they go, no. It's all about other people. Sure. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything. That's just with everybody. We all care about getting our own needs met. And that is why when getting results, we solve problems and we meet needs. So what do I talk about? Is I talk about the pastor, right? There's a great book called Story Brand, and it's all about how your audience is the one meeting needs. If you have a nonprofit, it's listen, I know you have a heart for those kids in Africa. And I know that you wish you could do more. And you just feel like your life is so mundane and you're just doing the day in and the day out at the job. And sometimes it just doesn't feel meaningful. But here at Clickmill, you know, donors like you are feeding children in Africa. Our donors are our team of heroes. And here's little Johnny. And, Sally Sarah donor, she gave her an education and provided for her with $1 a day for 18 years. And little Sally works and provides for her whole village. And they met up one time and they cried and we got pictures of it. If you do that, they'll give you $1 million. If you talk about yourself, they won't give you anything. And both of them are true, right? Like these nonprofit organizations are very well-intentioned and they can talk about themselves. I mean, they are well-intentioned. Just the unfortunate side effect is people don't care. Or you can talk about the intentions of the people who might fund you and talk about their passion and they'll fund you. And that's also true. It's just a matter of how you say it and does it align with human nature and how humans are wired to think. If you talk about me, they're not going to care. If I talk about the other person, they're going to care. And this is also true with all the interns here. Why did you sign up? Not because you want to come over here and work for free and listen to some dude talk forever, which you do. Why? Because there is a prospect that meets your needs. This is called a win-win, by the way. And this is a huge marketing strategy that churches do not understand. It's a win-win. You want to be prepared to do work that is meaningful to you and has an eternal consequence. That's what you were telling me in your interview, right? You want to make a difference in the kingdom, not just do something and toil your life away, whatever it was you were going to do. It's not meaningful anymore because you have a different perspective on life. And you need a way to get into that. And you need legitimate education in order to get there. And you need work experience and you need hours and you need a title and you need people to vouch for you and say, yeah, she's awesome. You got to hire her or someone who's going to hire her, right? Maybe it's us. You need all those things. That's free for me. And if you do an awesome job, I would gladly do all of those things. It costs me nothing to do that. And I also want to do a kingdom, make a kingdom difference. So if you're really good, Sophie, at doing the stuff that we practice, why the heck would I not promote you? I want to put you in the best marketing firm or the biggest church I can possibly get you in because I know my marketing strategies work. I've been doing this a long time and I know it'll work for you. And so, of course, I want to promote you because that makes a bigger kingdom return. And so to that end, it is a win for you to get all the things I can give you. And it's a win for all of us here at Clickmill because it grows the website. You're going to be able to come in here and do all this and run a test. And I don't even need to do it. I can train some other intern. And to that end, that's a win-win. But that is, you have to speak to the win of the person listening when you're pitching a product or service. That's the only way you get them. If I talk about the win for Brett to my interns, it'd be the dumbest thing ever. Hey, sign up. You're going to work for free. You're going to put in 500 hours and you're going to do a bunch of work for clients. Like nobody would ever sign up for that. That's the terrible pitch. So you got to pitch the win. This is like behind the curtain here. This is serious marketing. You got to do the win for the audience that you're talking to. Right now, are there wins for me? Are they going to get free 1 hour church growth training from someone who's been doing this for like 20 years? Absolutely. Is that valuable for them? 100%. And I'm gonna give it all to them free. What's the win on the back end for Clickmill? Well, we're going to do a product pitch at the end, short 5 minutes. Hey, we're going to do this every week. This is serious. We're putting a group together. I'm going to teach you every single thing I know, just like I'm telling you, Sophie, except we're going to charge them for it. And they'll probably pay for it happily. That's the assumption. So we tell them the wins for them, but we only set up things that have a win for them and a win for us. And that's how everybody wins. And that's a win-win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. And it's so interesting how you said like the thinking is backwards to like most people, the way that you go about things and do things. Because when you first started and you were like, we're just going to do this, we're just going to put it out and then see, like, to me, that just seems so backwards. But obviously, I'm learning, like, the more that I'm having sessions with you and things like that, that's the way that you get results and things like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you think that, let's say 80%, and this is usually statistically accurate, if you look, 80% of churches are not getting the results that they want, and they're doing it the normal way. 80% of people just believe their assumptions are correct. I'll just talk about myself and my ministry and all the things I'm doing for the kids in Africa. And 80% of the people that do the normal thing don't get results because the normal thing doesn't get results. And the reason why the normal thing doesn't get results is because we have a fallen nature. All of the things that are intuitive when our nature is broken, that's the wrong stuff, right? It's all of the things that are good and righteous and holy and correct. You know, those are the things that work, but that's not our nature. So we actually have to do the thing that seems backwards a lot of the times. And that is why I talk about contrarianism so much. You know, if you want to get fit, you got to go. I hate working out. And frankly, that's a struggle for me, but like, you got to go to the gym. You got to do push-ups. You got to go running. Like, that's terrible. That's counterintuitive. Why would I want to do that? I can sit on my couch and, I don't know, play board games with my kids or something. Why would I ever go do that? Because it's the harder thing. And the harder thing is the thing that's going to get you the results. That's almost always the case. It's not always the case. Almost always. So to that end, it's always backwards. Almost always backwards. Anyway, so we've got this. This is set. This is great. And when we do that video, we're going to talk all about that pastor's vision for his church and his, you know, his passion to grow it. And he's doing everything he can, and it's not working. And I've had that experience in youth ministry. So I'll probably tell my story and tell them I know you're in the same spot. And I figured out how it works. And we're just going to tell you and save you 20 years of toiling. And that will probably do it. Anyway, so we're going to update this. Okay, so this is now titled conditions. Where do you want this to display? We're going to skip this. Triggers, save and close. Okay. Now we're going to come back over to the footer. Now we created that pop-up. Join the training. Link. Link. Nope. There we go. Pop up. There we go. So we're going to make a pop-up, and then we're going to have to select the pop-up. Is it going to let us? There we go. Open pop-up. All. No. What did we call it? We said training. Free SEO audit. No. That's going to be a hard no. Oh, you know what? I know what I got to do. We're going to update this, and then we're going to refresh it because it doesn't have access to the new database, I don't think. Okay, there we go. Wow, that text looks not good. Okay, let's go back in here. Go back into pop-ups, new pop-ups. There we go. We're going to go back. I think it had growth training in it. Free SEO audit. Fantastic. Oh, you know what? What if I didn't actually change the name of the no form name? That's the form. What is this? Oh, this is the free SEO audit. I am editing. That's awkward. Okay, how do I change the name of this whole thing? Okay, update. Oh gosh, this is awkward because if I leave, I might have 2 free SEO audits. I'm not really sure. I think I might have actually edited the SEO audit. Whatever. Let's try it. Free SEO audit. Update. Now we're going to take an incognito. Oh. We're going to go incognito. Clickmill. And we're just going to scroll down. Wow, that looks terrible. What happened? Okay, you know what? Maybe it hasn't propagated right. Hold on, we'll just open Clickmill over here. I don't think that's right. If it is, I broke something. Okay, yeah, okay. Join the training. Boom. I like that. That looks good. Join the training. I think that should start orange. Join the 1 hour church group. This could probably, the title could come down. No, you know what? The video could come down just a little. It just feels like there's a lot of space on the right side. It's kind of weird. Okay, so we're going to come back in here for just a second. Margin at the top of the video. Ooh, there we go. Even better. Doesn't have to be super big. Okay. 20. Oh, 20 on all sides. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Padding. No, we're going to undo that. I don't want that. Padding on the top. Oh, nope, that's pushing it down. We don't want that. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if that looks more even. A little bit more. Teeny bit more. I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah, that fits better and it's not right up against the sides. So that's nice. Okay. This one though, I'm going to come into the bottom of this margin on the bottom and we're actually going to go negative a little bit right there. And then I'm going to come up here. That's all right. That'll work. Okay. I'm done. I'm getting a little bit perfectionistic there. Okay, so I need a video. So I got to film that. Okay, style. What am I doing? Join. Okay, so we're going to update this. Save and close. Okay, now I'm going to come back. What's this? Okay, so we know this is. What am I doing? Okay, that looks pretty good. We're getting there. Not perfect, but we can tweak it later. All right, I'm a little scared to leave this page. That's why I'm kind of choking up here. I'm trying not to panic. That's rule 1, don't panic. Dashboard. Okay, now I'm going to come in here. Oh, so we got the right one. We need to go back to templates. Go away. Back to templates and pop-ups. And we need to see like free SEO audit. Good. 1 hour. Yeah, see, 1 hour church growth train. Why is this not published? So I guess we're going to edit it.
Brett, your screen is like gone black for me.
Oh,
I don't know why.
okay. Let me see. I will stop sharing. How long has it been like that?
Just like 2 seconds.
Okay. There we go. See if that works.
Yeah, thank you.
Back on. Okay. Okay, so I'm back into, I want to edit with Elementor. Oh, I already did that. 1 hour church growth thingamajig. Oh, wow. Okay, so, oops. Yeah, so I broke something here. Let me see. We're going to edit this with Elementor. Oh, dear. This is the one that got changed. That's so weird. I don't know why that happened. I did that. Oh, sure, I did that right. Okay, so this is no longer the free SEO audit. We are going to quick edit. Wow, that's awkward. All right, and we're gonna have to flip-flop these. So this is now going to be update. This is what I was worried about. Free SEO audit, change, Control V, update. Okay, that should be correct. And we're gonna double check it. You go away. Okay, we're gonna refresh this. And we're going to refresh this. We're going to refresh this. And we're going to refresh this. Okay. And we're going to refresh this. We're refreshing everything because I just did something crazy. All right. Now, once this loads, I should see that the name on the thing that we click on. Does this? It looks normal in here. That's so weird. Okay. Edit. And we're going to come to button pop-up. Pop-up is 1 hour church growth. Yeah, great. So it did change. Okay. And when we come to the home page, when we click it, because we refreshed, it is bringing up the correct one. Great. Now, I don't like the bar. I don't like that the edges overlap there. Something to be figured out later. But overall, looks great. I don't like that this is black instead of orange, but we can come back if it's effective and fix all this stuff. Okay. Now it is currently redirecting to a crazy page that makes no sense. So we've got the whole first system set up. I need to film a video. There we go. I need to film. And I need to, thank you. Okay, so to have a fully functional marketing funnel, the only thing I need to do is to have a thank you page in place, basically going over the vision for, whatever the heck this thing is, some kind of group. So what I would now do, and I will do at some point here, I don't know if I have time in this call, but we're going to go to pages. And I'm going to just find a landing page. Okay, so we're just going to look up landing, copy. Oh, you know what? That's not landing, it's thank you. Yeah, landing page, best church web design landing page, Christian advertising companies landing page, church growth marketing workshop thank you page. No, I'm not looking for a landing page. I'm looking for thank you. Oh, good. Yeah, that's what I put. Okay. Church of marketing like Jesus, thank you. Digital ministry course purchase, thank you. Let's view that one and see what that looks like. Again. Okay, so they can check out the free course. They can schedule a call. That is a terrible transition. That does not fit the page right. That's annoying. This is okay. I'm going to have to do some tweaks to this. But we'll probably do this one. Let me just look at church marketing like Jesus. Thank you. We also have courses on our website. They also weren't that effective. So that's more maybe like an upsell. We get signups every now and then. We got to sign up the other like over the weekend, but let me see, view this one. We're going for simple. Okay. So basically we're just going to duplicate one of these. They're all the same. Landing page. Okay. So thank you page. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Clear this cache, edit with Elementor. Okay. We're going to, oh my gosh, how do I duplicate this? All right. So what I got to do is I got to create a new page and then add the template into it, just like last time. Edit with Elementor. Okay. And so this is where we're going to go into thank you page design. Okay. So thank you page indicates that someone has taken one of your strategic steps, AKA sign up for the lead magnet. And the next thing is to call them to action to the next step in that funnel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people just say, thanks for signing up. And they're missing a huge opportunity because it should be like, hey, thanks for signing up. You should also consider joining our once a week, hour-long training call for $50. And they just put in their automatic billing payment right there, and boom, you're getting clients on the thank you page. Or we could say, you know, you're also going to love our YouTube library of other, you know, whatever, getting them further into something. But again, that one's not really relevant. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just looking for anything that says thank you. Course page, course thank you page. Okay, so that's probably what we're looking for. Preview. Always preview before you commit. Excellent. Okay. Insert. Apply the rules. It's got a bunch of settings, and we're just saying yes, apply the settings. Ah, okay. Pretty typical issue here. Oh, good. That looks great. Okay. So we're going to get out of this. Okay. So what do we need on the thank you page? You can access. Okay. So we're going to say seat saved. So congrats, your seat is saved. Seat is saved. Great. Okay. Then we're going to come in here and put the details again. Down here, we're going to put what they get. Ebooks. We're going to give them 2 free ebooks because we already have them. And then you can say, we can say access joint maybe this is like click to join the call. Even we could do. And then we could put the timer underneath. So it's like, how do we make this as user friendly as possible? Let's take this, copy this, bring this over here, paste it underneath. Boom. Now this one, we can definitely do, this is large enough. We can do the date and the time and all that stuff. Then you can see I'm just really just kind of throwing this stuff together. Show labels, yes. We want this to be black now. Style, background color. Click to join the call. No, it's click to join the training. And then I can just send them right back to the thank you page. Okay, so if this is the ebook, we're going to come over here. We're going to come in here. And we're going to look for ebook pictures, which are in here in the 1,000 pictures somewhere. Do you have any questions while we're kind of wrapping this up?
Only one question would
Please.
be, do you ever check out like your competitors' websites to see what they're doing, or do you just kind of keep to what you're doing and focus on that?
I'm sorry. This is my foster children's attorney, and I've got to take it. I apologize. Give me one
No, of
moment.
course.
Okay, super glad that went way faster than I thought. Please go ahead with your question.
So I was just asking, do you ever check out like your competitors' websites, see what they're doing, or do you just focus on what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we do. If we're trying to do something new, or if something we're doing isn't working, we'll go to see what they're doing. A lot of times it's different. A lot of our competitors are a lot larger than us, so they have a lot bigger budgets. And also, most of our competitors do the normal thing, right? Like if churches are super pumped about Facebook, they'll just be Facebook marketers. Wow, Facebook marketing for your church. Well, it's okay, but I don't want to do that. I'm not passionate about just playing into what everybody wants because it's what they want. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. And, to some degree, that is less effective, but that's just my personal conviction. I want to make a lot of money, but I'm also not in it just to make money. And if I just said, hey, we do awesome Facebook marketing, social media marketing for churches, we'd probably kill it. But I also know that doesn't really work as well as churches think it does. And in good conscience, I can't really do that. So to that end, a lot of times they're just following the trends, but I know the trends don't work. And so that's kind of the difference, right? Most people follow the pack. My mentor, his name's Daniel, and he runs a marketing firm. A lot of the things I do come from his recommendation. But he runs a marketing firm that's projected to be at like a $10 million a year valuation by the end of the year. And he's already over 6 million. So he's growing very rapidly. And, he said it's like this, because it's very fascinating to get to sit under him and learn from him. He is a very godly guy. I go to Bible study with him and the guys group that I go to once a week for like 3 hours. And we just sit around and we just talk about how to do life as Christians. So, it's a men's group. And he's got 7 kids. He's got his in-laws living with him, his wife, wonderful godly lady is my wife's mentor. And their house is beautiful. Their home is beautiful. Their kids are beautiful. He's obviously very well off. He's successful. They manage their money well. They don't spend everything they make. He's very wealthy. He's got this incredible business. And so he talks about how to do life as a believer. And one of the ways that he sees it, and he's not like an intellectual like me. He just had a lot of mentors. I never had a mentor. I learned from books. And, but he's just had mentors. So he doesn't have words for this stuff. They're just like, oh, well, that's dumb. Don't do that. Do it this way. And he's like, okay. And so he's just been doing what his mentors have told him. Well, what he says is he's like, because we sit on the beach, we do Bible study on the beach, but he's like, look, I see all these people running and jumping into the ocean, right? One person runs and then everybody starts running and everybody's jumping into the ocean. And he doesn't know this, but this is called a herd mentality, right? That is a element of human nature. When one person runs, everybody thinks they should be running because something is going to kill them. It's because I see everybody running and jumping in the ocean, and I just don't feel like running and jumping in with them. I want to stand back for a minute. I want to ask, like, why is everybody running and jumping into the ocean? And, he's like, I look around, I try to see the bigger picture. What's really going on here? And it turns out everybody's just running and jumping into the ocean and they're all drowning for no reason. And he's like, I've got a beach chair right here. I'm pretty comfortable. I don't think that's the best choice. I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. And he goes, sometimes that's the better choice, So that's a very contrarian approach. He does, like I said, he doesn't know that word, but that's what it is. He's actually stepping back, asking, is it better to do what everyone's doing, or is it better to not do that or to do something totally different? It's a very different, unique way to see the world that most people do not share. And most people don't get the results that they want. So to that end, I look at other people's websites and businesses to the degree that they get the results that I want to get. And I want to help ministries reach more people more effectively. And most of the competition is doing normal stuff. And I'm not interested in that because I know it doesn't work that well. So can I get some information from it? Yeah. But not a ton. Like there is one group that I really like, and it's the Unstuck Church. I like a lot of stuff they talk about the normal, but they do consulting very well. And so I've listened to a lot of their content to learn how they consult, how they talk with pastors. So as long as they get the result that I want in the way that I want, I'll listen all day long. And like my mentor, he has that. But most of these church marketing people, they just sell something that makes money and it's whatever, but they go with the hype. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I was just wondering if that's
Yeah.
what
I
other
judge,
places operate like, or if they were
yes.
like you guys.
And I judge it on a very narrow, how do I say this? If I want to get results, and I believe results is just a function of natural law, right? Like if you do the right things, then you'll get growth, at least generally. It's a conversion rate. Like if I have the right conversion, I'll get the right growth. Well, the majority of people don't have the right result. Like who do, oh my gosh, I'm not communicating well today. I'm sorry. If I want to lose 100 pounds, where do I go to look at people losing 100 pounds? Or excuse me, to tell me how to lose 100 pounds? Is it like the fitness guy at the church who's like 100 pounds overweight himself and he's like, oh, I can totally teach you how to do it? No way. That's crazy. Is it like the cop who's overweight? No way. That's crazy. Like he's overweight because he doesn't know how to lose 100 pounds. You go and you get Jarrett or Gerard or whatever his name, the Subway guy. Do you remember that Subway commercial?
No.
Okay. Well, in the United States, we had this Subway commercial of this guy who ate Subway every day and exercised and lost like 200 pounds. Like it's crazy. And like you go find that guy and you go, what'd you do? Tell me how to do it. And he'll tell you how to do it and it'll work because it already worked. You don't have to make up something new. So if you're looking to get a result, you only take the advice from the people who've actually gotten the result. And that is where so many people miss it. They have mentors. Oh, I have a mentor. And it's like, oh, cool. What's your mentor? Oh, it's a business mentor. And it's like, oh, cool. Why are they your mentor? They run a business. Are they a Christian? No, they're not Christian. Well, are they a successful business owner? Well, I mean, like, no, not really. And it's like, well, what are you listening to them for? They don't know how to do whatever it is you're trying to do. They haven't gotten it. So to that end, I find the examples, whether it is in church marketing or marketing in general, which generally marketing in general is much more effective than church marketing. And you find the examples of the people who are the very, very best at it. If you want to be an investor, study Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. They're the best stock market investors the world has ever seen. Just go listen to everything they say and forget whatever you can, weed out 99.9% of the information and be the very best. That is the most effective way to get results. And that's also how I approach who I'm looking at when I'm trying to figure out how to do something. If I look at their website and I'm like, dang, these guys are good, I'll absolutely take it because I already know they're getting the results. Like I'll go to Scorpion Marketing, biggest marketing firm in the world. They're getting the results. So I'll go look at their website. But like some Google Ads manager for churches, that's website's got a zero authority and it looks all crazy. I don't care. I don't care what they're doing. I think I circled that for a while. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Does that answer your question? How I select?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. So hopefully in your case, you are choosing to study under someone who can get their own results, right? If I'm not running a marketing firm that works to some degree, then if I'm not at least further ahead than where you're at, then it doesn't make any sense to be listening to me because I'm just a crazy person. Anyway, so that's it. Now, so Sophie, I am going to be finishing this hopefully in the next hour. Josh's internship training is now, and it's late. So you're welcome to stay and finish this. I'm basically going to finish this landing page. Thank you page. And at some point later, I'm going to film a video. So you're welcome to stay for that. Josh is also on content. So we'll probably hit that some more. You've been here for 3 hours. You are welcome to go as well. It's totally up to you. I know it's late.
Yeah, I'll probably head and then just, if you're still recording it, I'll just catch up on it.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Very good. Well, you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining. And if you want to continue working on posting the blogs and get more comfortable with that process this week, let's do that. If you run out, let me know and you need something else to do because I know you've got quite a few hours. Let me know and we'll find something else. Okay.
Okay, that's perfect. Thanks so much for your time tonight,
Okay.
Brett.
God bless, Sophie.
Thank you. Bye.
My guy, Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Oh my
You
gosh.
sound, you sound like your voice is going or something.
I'm
What's
on the
going
back
on,
end.
man?
I'm on the back end of some cold madness here, man. I haven't been able to
Wow.
breathe. I can't sleep if I can't breathe through my nose. I cannot breathe through my mouth and sleep. I don't know why. I'm a
Mhm,
breather, I guess. And I barely slept in days. I don't even know. It's terrible.
mhm.
And I've just been totally just throat sore, coughing. So I'm actually gonna go find something hot to drink and
Yeah, for sure.
pick up. If you I'm actually what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna stop. I'm gonna totally back out of the meeting, stop recording,
Okay.
back in, and if we need to start a new one, we will. I'm trying to separate them in that training.
Right.
Training.
Sure. Okay, cool. I'll jump back in a few minutes.
I'm just gonna open it up right now, and then I'll take 5 minutes, and then we'll record when I get back.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.